On this video, we're going to cover dowsing energies into items such as necklaces, rings, clothes, aura fields, water, food. Anything can be doused. And so hopefully you have our first video so you have a basic understanding of the methods that we're going to use. We're going to start by we're going to douse this spray bottle of water, and right now there's nothing but just water in it. So I'm going to check the water for any type of negative energies that might restrict in some way, shape, or form what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, and which I'm going to install some good properties to the water, and I can use the water as a type of blessing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the water for any type of resistances that may hinder our ability to douse positive energies into the water. And so I ask the question, are there any resistances present in the water or the bottle? And I get a yes response. Okay. Please remove all of these energies. And of course it'll spin for a minute or so, or maybe less. And as it spins, it is breaking up and removing these resistant energy patterns, so that we can. It's kind of like erasing a rewritable CD, so that you can write something else on it. And so it may take a minute or so. So once we get the energies off of whatever it is, and we can do this water the same way that we do a ring or a necklace or clothes or aura field or anything. All you have to do is just put your attention on what it is that you're intending to douse, and then uninstall the patterns of resistance. And then we're going to check it and make sure that it's clean enough to be able to be written on. We're going to check percentage of clean and all that kind of thing. So, and that's the thing. Now this is just water that came out of the tap, but look at all the resistance that I'm getting out of just this little bottle of water. You know, if I want it to be clean and I want it to be able to be written upon where my imprinted energy pattern is as strong as it possibly can be, then I want it as clean as I possibly can get it. And so I want it to continue until it's done. Okay, looks like it's kind of winding it up there. Alright, so now we want to check and make sure that there are no negative patterns or resistant patterns. So let's say, are there any negative patterns present in the water or the bottle? Okay, great. Okay, got a no response. Are there any resistant patterns still in the water or the bottle? Okay. Yeah. Is the bottle and the water completely clean for me to be able to write energy patterns on? Okay, and I'm getting a yes, but it's a weak yes. Okay, so can we do something else to perhaps make it more able to be written upon? Okay, and it starts to spin clockwise. And so with it spinning clockwise, I'm not sure what it's doing, other than I know whatever it's doing is enhancing my ability to write on this water. And you know, like I said, notice I did the bottle too, and that's just because the bottle and the water are in contact with each other, and you don't want, you want everything to be one directional. In this case, it's like making a magnet out of a piece of iron. You take another magnet and you continue to stroke it only in one direction, so that the molecules line up, and so that they're polarized with the north and the south pole. You don't want to just move it back and forth. That doesn't make a very good magnet. Okay, and it looks like that's done. So, is the water and the bottle 100% clean so that I can write on it? Okay, we get a pretty good yes response. Alright, so now I'm And I can feel, actually, when I pick up the bottle, you'll notice that the bottle will be expanded. It'll feel like kind of bloated. And that's because anytime you do any kind of dowsing, it also has kind of a clean aura feel to it. But you'll notice that anytime you do any kind of dowsing to water, the water will kind of expand inside, and so it'll give the bottle a kind of a swollen feeling. And so if I squeezed it earlier and then I squeezed it now, I definitely notice that it's much more solid now than it was before. Now, what can I put in here? Well, I can put virtually anything that I want in here. However, in this one, I'm going to put basically good emotions. And what you can do is by placing the good emotions in here, anytime that you spray yourself with the water, it puts that charge into your body. And so we're going to make some feel-good water. Okay. So now I can select specific emotions that I want and douse them into the water. Okay? Or I can let my superconscious pick what the best optimal things are going to be for me and put them in the water. And so I'll do a little bit of both. So first, I'll select a couple of things, and joy is always a good emotion. So, is there joy present at all in the water? Okay, so of course not, because we flattened it earlier. We flattened everything is in it. But you'd be surprised if you check individually what you'll find in water. I've known people to find jealousy, hatred, pretty much anything over the eons that it's come into contact with, unless you douse your water or you have some type of energetic purification. Regular filters and stuff do not get these types of things out. So, can I place joy in the water? Notice I'm asking permission. This kind of helps my energies line up to be able to do it, and I get a good confirmation, a good feeling about it. Please place these energies of joy inside the water. And so now it will spin until such time as it's completed placing a good amount of joy in there. And that's the thing, is that once it's placed the joy in the water, then we want to check the level of joy, because it might not be as strong as I can make it just off of the one douse. So I'll check it in a minute as soon as it gets done, and we'll see what kind of level it is. And if it's not to a suitable level, then we just raise the energies of it. Okay, well, it's done. So is the energy of joy in the water? Okay, I get a definite yes. All right. Can I raise these energies of joy to make them even stronger? Okay, and instead of saying yes, it just starts to go ahead and spin, which is fine because it's working, and that's what I was wanting to do anyway. So right now it's enhancing or raising, making more powerful the energy of joy. And you'll be amazed at how great this works. And you can just take a little water bottle that you can get for 50 cents at any convenience store, travel size squirt bottle or anything like that, and just put the water in it, and you'll be amazed at just spritzing yourself with it, a couple of times a day, how much better of a day you'll have simply because you're in a better mood. And okay, so it's supposed to be pretty good in there, and I'm checking it now, and there is definitely an energetic pattern present, and the bottle is much harder to squeeze now. Now, it would be best to let this sit for about 5 minutes before I use it. But I want to demonstrate how to use it. And basically all you have to do is make it come into contact with your skin or even your clothes, because anything that you spray this on, that pattern of energy is going to get on. So you could spray your whole house with it if you wanted to.